everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is a video today on my pouch collection from Louis Vuitton. I have a total of 5 pouches which I love. If I can't really be bothered to carry a big bag with me, or if I'm just nipping out to the shop or just somewhere that I don't need all that room, I think a pouch is such a handy thing to have. And for something, or if you're wearing a very simple outfit, my outfits are very, I'd like to say monochromatic, they're very basic, and I always think that having an accessory like a bag or a pouch is a great way to spice it up and just to make it that little bit more luxurious without going over the top of the bag. If I look tired, which I do, I look, my eyes just, they look so red and bloodshot. It is summer in Scotland and today the pollen count outside is so high. So I suffer really badly from hay fever. So all mornings, from the moment I got up, I left the window open last night because it was so warm. I got up and I was like, my eyes were so nippy. Hay fever started. So my eyes were red raw, they were bloodshot, they were puffy. So I've taken so many paracetamol, I've taken so many hay fever tablets, nasal sprays, eye drops, just to be able to look like this. And I don't like looking like this. But so without any more talk, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so these are my 5 pouches that I've got. I don't know where the light went, it disappeared, so I'm really sorry again if the quality is, I think it's okay. So I really have no order to do this. I thought I would kind of do it from small and then work my way up to the largest. So the first one, these aren't all in the right dust bags. Well, some of them are, some of them aren't. But the first one was my latest pouch pickup, which was for my birthday back in 2016. And this clearly is not the correct dust bag. And this is the Toiletry 19 in Monogram. So I'm currently using this thing. I absolutely adore this. I have opted to use this more than my cosmetic case GM, and I love it. And I have used it as a clutch a couple of times or a pouch, and this is why I've popped it in this video, purely because it can be done. The Toiletry 26, which is in there somewhere, is also a great clutch, but this is a lot more compact. And yeah, it's nice just to kind of pop it on your shoulder if you're going to the shops, and at least it kind of spices up or adds some sort of whoa to an outfit. So I won't go into too much depth with these because these videos all do, these items all do have their own video, which I'll link below for you. But this is the Toiletry 19. I don't think I've showed you guys this properly since I picked it up, but it has aged very beautifully, and it is just one continuous piece of canvas with 2 not gusseted sides, but they can expand a little bit when they are stuffed fuller. And on this side it does feature the stunning Pochette tab that just says Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France, and this has started to darken very nicely indeed. So yeah, that is that there, and I currently use this as my cosmetic holder where I've got bronzer in there, I've got my eyebrow thing, I've got hay fever, eye drops, paracetamol. This is just something I stuff in my bag to keep all of my bits in place. So this is the Toiletry 19 in Monogram. The next item is this item here, and this was from the 2016 Autumn Winter collection, and this is the Christopher Nemeth Volga. Now I used and still use this thing to death. It is such a handy item to have because it is so small, and this strap makes it so much easier to carry everything on. I am due to do a separate review on this item, so stay tuned for that in the next couple of days. But this just features your damier graphite pattern on the back, covered with the Christopher Nemeth rope just on the front there, which is absolutely stunning. Same on the back, and this is a few different pieces of canvas stitched together. So the bottom is ever so slightly different. You've got your calfskin leather here, and also here as well. You've got your silver hardware with this very beautiful statement zip that goes all the way around, and as I said, you do have this little handle as well, which is nice. This is also in the graphite prints, and it is detachable, so if you didn't really want to use it as a wristlet, then you can still carry it like so, which again is nice, but I feel that this is a lifesaver. Not a lifesaver, but this is very handy to have. This is very spacious. Again, I'll do a separate review, but I keep mine stuffed when I don't use it, just with some air paper and some, if you can hear that outside, that is the wind. Wow. It's summer in Scotland, but it's not doing too well on the summer front, unfortunately. But this is the inside. Again, once the video for this goes live, I'll link it down below, but you just have your Louis Vuitton Paris made in France, and then I can't say it in French, but the autumn winter 2015, and it is a mess. And you just have a pocket on this end here. So yeah, it's great to carry. It is really such a nice piece. Again, this is very understated and it's not too in your face, which I think is nice as well for a little bit of a change. So yeah, that is the Volga, the Christopher Nemeth Volga from the 2015 autumn winter show. The next one is this item here, and this is my oldest item because it was the first ever pouch that I purchased, and this is the Toiletry 19, the Toiletry 26 in Monogram. Now you can see instantly this is a lot darker, which I love. It is just so beautiful. It is well used. Again, I've done a video on this that I'll link below, but I absolutely adored this and used it to death. It is the exact same setup as the 19, but it's just 26 centimeters in length. I can show you this one better actually. So the interior of this, that is the interior of both the 19 and also the 26, so it's a washable lining. I can't remember the leather that's inside it, but if I do find it, I'll link all the details for it below. And again, I stuffed this full with air paper, and that is it down there. So yeah, this is nice to have. I mean, this is a good, it's not as structured and it's not as easy to kind of maneuver things around in because it is just like one big hole, but it is still a nice piece to, again, spruce up any sort of outfit that you might have. Now, again, I use mine a lot, so I overstuffed it when I used to travel, so the sides like here have started to bubble in a little bit, which I can get repaired, but I don't think I will. And just what's kind of happened is it's the leather has came away from the canvas and it's just began to bubble a little bit. Again, it doesn't really bother me because it's only me that sees the inside. But yes, that's that. And this with the Toiletry, right? And this also with the Toiletry 19 is gold hardware, which I'm not a huge fan of, but this looks nice on here, and it is just this dainty, dainty little zip. And this is the Pochette trim on the Toiletry 26, so it is very dark. That is that there. It's very nice, I really like it. So if we do a quick side by side, let's see if that's any better, is it? Oh, the lighting in here is terrible. Sorry guys, there we go. So that's both of them there. So this one, the 19, is the newer one, purchased in 2016, and the 26 was purchased in 2014. So that is the difference between them there. And I don't know if you can see a huge difference, but I also think, and I don't think I know, that the quality of the canvas has changed as well. So yep, guys, that is the Toiletry 26 in Monogram. Again, a great clutch just to kind of go under the shoulder, go under the arm, go under the arm, or even just to hold it down by your side. It is such a nice piece, and again, it just spruces up any outfit that you might have there as well. So Toiletry 26. The next item was purchased in 2016, and this is from, this is my probably my favourite pouch that I've got. No, can I say, no, I really like pouches, so I can't really decide, but this one is the Monogram Eclipse Pochette Voyage. Now I don't have this one stuffed because I recently used it and I've ran out of air paper. I haven't run out of air paper. I have not run out of air paper. That was a complete lie. So I'll stuff this when I'm finished. But this is the Eclipse Pochette Voyage. Now this is the exact same size as the Toiletry 26. So, well, it's not the exact same size. The leather trim on the top does add, what, maybe like a centimetre, if that, on top. And yeah, it's the same from the side as well. So that's to gauge anyone that is interested. It is the same size as this, if we can see it there. Same size as the 26. So this features your Monogram Eclipse, all the one canvas, all the way around. It has, as we were saying there, this gorgeous leather trim at the top, which is now being done a lot more on more of their new pouches, which is nice, but I think once you kind of stick with something, I don't really see why you put it on everything else. So it was a really nice change when they added that trim to the Eclipse line, because it had never been done. As far as I'm aware, it had never been done before. But that's my observation. The tab on the Eclipse Pochette is different. So you still have a leather tab, but rather than it printed saying Louis Vuitton Paris, it has this little hook, where you can, I mean, I've attached the Pochette Volga strap to it. It didn't really work that well, but you can do it, or you can put a charm on it. It's really nice. There's nothing on the back. So this has your silver hardware, which goes here, and this is a different zip again to the Christopher Nemeth pouch. So this has this gorgeous zip here, and I really like this zip as well. So this just says Louis Vuitton, is very fingerprinted, sorry, Louis Vuitton, and it has this smooth, well, obviously all LV zippers are smooth, but this smooth opening, and this is to reveal, again, there's a more in-depth video of this, which I will link below, but inside this pouch you have one massive compartment, much like the Toiletry 26, but the material in this is, I don't know. I meant to find this out from the last time I done this, but I didn't even find out. So when I find out what material it is, I will link it below, but again, as you can see, it's a mess inside as well. But the thing that I love, and that I have started to use, the thing that I've started to use a lot more now, is the card holder section that it has. So if you can see it just back there, sorry about the winds, you have 6 card holders, and it just says, again, if we can make it out, Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France. So 6 card holders here, and you then also have one slip pocket at the back, which is very small. You can't really fit much in, but I tend to put a clay or anything else personal that I don't really fancy having floating around in this section. I would pop in here like cash, clay, maybe a wallet if I take a wallet with me as well. But yeah, again, this is good to have, as I said before, under your shoulder, but under your arm, just at your side. Again, it is a really nice piece, and I love the Eclipse. I think it is probably my favourite line that they've done, next to the Christopher Nemeth line. So yeah, it's a great take on such a modern and iconic brand. So that's them side by side, just so you can get an idea of the difference. But yeah, Monogram Eclipse and Monogram? Normal Monogram? Yeah, so okay, so the last item was, and I think still is actually my favourite pouch, and I know I can't say I have a favourite, but this is a special one, and I don't use it a lot. I think because of its size, but I can't part with it. It's just, I have so many people asking to buy it, and also the Volga as well. I would never part. Now this is the dust bag that this one came in. It is absolutely massive, and it is the Christopher Nemeth Pochette Voyage MM in the Nemeth line. Now this one features a bigger damier graphite square to the Volga. But you can see here the squares are a lot smaller, the squares in this one are a lot bigger. There's not much to go through because it is the same as the smaller one, but a little bit bigger. So you've got your graphite background, you've got your white ropes. This again is one continuous piece of canvas all the way around. The difference with this, going on the toiletry, you have a leather tab at this end here, which does in fact say Louis Vuitton Paris, which is nice, and it is in this mattified leather, which is absolutely gorgeous, and it has nothing on the back. And again, on this item you do have that really thick, chunky statement zip that the Volga has as well. So this opens like so, and again this is stuffed as well with a couple of bits. And again, there's an in-depth video of this on my channel, which I will leave below, but you have your Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France, autumn winter 2015. Massive compartment down here for all your shit, and then one larger slip pocket on this side, which is pretty much the entire length of it. A little bit shorter, but yeah, this as well is a great item to have under your arm, not under your shoulder. It's very good for documents as well. I have used this for work a couple of times, when I can just, if I don't really need a bag and I just have documents or papers and notepads and such, I can just kind of fling it in there. My wallet and stuff will sit back here, and it's, yeah, it is ideal. Just again, this is an item that, as I said, I'm probably never going to part with, just because of, I mean, as soon as I seen this, I text the store manager and I was like, oh my god, Neil, can I please get this? And it was difficult because there was a bit of an issue, again, I think it's mentioned in the video. If it's not, I'll mention it now. So when I first ordered this piece, I ordered this initially. This was my number one that I wanted. I didn't want anything else from that collection, and the Volga came, and when I got the Volga I was like, it's too small, it's not what I want. I sent the Volga back. This one came in a few weeks later, and after I got this I went to London and I went to one of the, I don't know, some LV, what was it? It was the Series 3, that's it, the Series 3 museum. And when I left, I get so many compliments on this, and they were like, oh, the guys that were in Bond Street were like, oh, you know, you have a Volga, a small one, and it kind of planted the seed, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I eventually then phoned back and I managed to source the Volga as well. That's a long shit story. Sorry, but yeah, that's it. So anyway, long story short, I ordered this, I got this, I sent that back, I got this, I then wanted that, so I got it back. End of story. For size comparison, again, this is a lot bigger than, I think it could be easier doing it down here. So that is it here, and that is the 26. Right, there we go. That's your size difference. It is a huge size difference. Let's see if I can take you down with me. There we go. That is the size difference between those items. They are both unique in their own way, but if you aren't a massive lover of anything bigger than 26 centimetres, cheeky, then this probably will not be for you. So yeah, that is them here, and the sides are pretty much the same. So let's recap. Voyage MM in Nemeth. Monogram Eclipse, Pochette Voyage, and I think it's Sean I'm sure it was Sean, you just commented on one of the videos on this. My friend is actually selling his Monogram Eclipse Pochette Voyage. He's selling this. So if this is the one you were thinking of, send me a quick message on Instagram. So my Instagram I will pop here at ChrisOBV. I'm not keen on sending emails out, and I don't know how to work private YouTube messages. So send me a quick message on Instagram, @ChrisOBV, and I can go through prices and everything with you. But yeah, Monogram Eclipse Pochette Voyage. Toiletry 26 in Monogram. Christopher Nemeth Pochette Volga. And the Toiletry 19 in Monogram as well. Ah, that is them all here. Oh, what a little family picture. So guys, I will try and link the items below. Some of these items are limited edition that you cannot find anywhere on the website, so you might have to look for it in the second-hand market. And I'll also link a video to where I go through them in a little bit more detail. And once I have uploaded the Volga one, I will then link it below as well. But as of this moment in time, that's not there. I am a big lover of pouches. I don't really like taking a big bag with me if it's to the shops or if it's just something quick that I don't need all that extra room. A pouch will just do the job perfectly. So I am a pouch person through it. Oh wow. Oh my god. This is bronzing gel from Clinique. I'm still using it. So guys, if you do have any questions about any of these pouches, please leave a comment below and I'm more than happy to help out. I will try and do a proper review of these pouches because they're great. So, anyway guys, have a nice weekend. It was great to see you all, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.